Alright guys, welcome back to another how-to repair video for you today. Here I have another comeback, as this Jeep keeps coming back, as you can tell, all the time. It is a 97 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4.0 V6. It's automatic. Of course, I never did have straight drives in these unless somebody changed them over. Alright, so today's video is going to be about replacing your starter in your vehicle, pertainingly a Jeep Grand Cherokee. The same thing will be how to replace it as it would on your vehicle. It may be just a little bit different. The location may be a little bit different, but the same thing goes as for your vehicle. Alright, so let me go ahead and get the tools and stuff, and we'll get this thing going. Alright, so the tools you're going to need tonight to replace your starter. I already picked one up at AutoZone. $110. I did have a coupon for $7 off anything over for $35, so they did help. That brought it down to $102. Lifetime warranty, so as long as the customer has the vehicle, it will be replaced under me or under them per se. Everything is brand new. It's not a reman at all. Tools you're going to need is a 14mm to take off the starter bolts. There's two of them. A 13, a 8mm or a 8mm or a 5/16, either in 3/8 or in 1/4 inch. It really doesn't matter as long as you have 3/8. So these are the bolts. There'll be one here, and get on the other side. One goes on this side inside the starter, and I didn't really like the threads that were on there. I wasn't really too happy when I seen that when they showed it to me, but it should work. If it doesn't, then they're going to give me another one. One other thing too I want to note: when you look at one, make sure the teeth are good. If the teeth are all gouged up or eat up or anything like that, then you don't want it. I would never buy that starter. Same thing goes for the starter that might be in your vehicle already. You pull one out and it's got all the teeth messed up in there, then you need another starter. So go ahead and jack up the vehicle. I already got it jacked up. It's on jack stands in the front. We'll go ahead underneath. I'll show you. Two jack stands. The starter is on this side. Get the flashlight. And I just pressure washed the engine last night to clean it. It had a bunch of oil and everything everywhere down in here, and you can actually see now everything down in here, because all this was caked, the wires and everything. I just put new wires and plugs in it. Starter is right there where my light is, so we'll go down below underneath. It's the only way you're going to be able to replace the starter is going underneath the vehicle. So after you get the vehicle jacked up, if you want to figure out how to jack up your own vehicle, check out my other video, how to properly jack up your vehicle, and that'll help you out. So I am going to be having to use my new tool I got today, Harbor Freight's Pittsburgh Mechanics Creeper, 20 bucks. I would suggest you going and getting one if you're going to be doing stuff like this like I am. Really was cheap. So yeah. Alright, so let me go ahead and get underneath. And one other thing too, you want to make sure you get unplug your battery terminals. Disconnect both sides. I would. You can disconnect one of them. It really doesn't matter. I disconnect both of them. The battery that's in here has got to be taken out and charged, so I'll have that charged and put back in here. By the time they end the video, it'll be charged and put back in here. Alright, so let me go ahead and get the tools out, and we'll disconnect this and go from there. Alright, so go ahead and disconnect the battery. Just like that. Set that down to the side. You don't want that coming back up and contacting itself. That would not be a good thing. That one's really on there. Alright, let me go ahead and fix it. Okay, so we got the battery out. You really don't have to take out the battery. Only thing you need to do is disconnect one of the terminals and you should be fine. And make sure that it doesn't come back in contact with the battery, because if it does, you'll get definitely electrocuted by taking the bolts out that go to the starter, because they have constant live feed juice from the battery to the starter. And you'll see that when I get underneath. But yeah, if you want to know how to take the battery out just in case yours is dead, it is 2 tins and the bracket, and the whole thing comes out. And then you got the battery terminals. So let me go ahead and go underneath, and we'll go ahead and get this thing started. Get this out of here and get this Jeep going. One of the things, I'm going to show you the symptoms that she was doing beforehand. Alright guys, so we're underneath. Alright, so here's the starter. You can tell a bunch of oil leaks. This car's got some major oil leaks. Looks like seal coming out of the trans, and looks like we got a trans leak and front seal leak, all that. Anyways, okay, so right here is the 14 millimeter nut bolt right here that you want to take off. Use my ratchet. I've already loosened it. I know I got a lot of hate on that last starter video that I did on a Chevy Lumina. A lot of people like it and have watched it, and I hope it really helped out, but I have a lot of hate back on that because I didn't really show per se of where the bolts were, taking it out and putting it back in. So I'm trying my best to get it what I can, guys, with this, because it's really hard to film and do at the same time. And right there, you see that bolt sticking out? That's the other bolt that you got to loosen. It's a 15 millimeter. So you have a 14 millimeter and you have a 15 millimeter. Once we get those two out, then we can get to the wires that go to the starter solenoid. We loosen those up, and then we can get the starter out. So, alright guys, so we got the starter out. It's laying right here on the cross arm member. There is 2 bolts that I was mentioning earlier. One is a 13 and one is a 5/16, or in other words 8 millimeter. And then this whole power wire, these 2 will come off, and then the whole starter will come out. You can see it come out right there in the flywheel. Right in here was the other bolt, and then right above it, which you can't really see that well, is the other one. So let me go ahead and unloosen those wires, and we'll get the starter out so we can get this thing going. Alright guys, so we got her out of there. I'm really sorry I didn't show exactly me taking it out personally. I did show you the bolts and everything. That should get you to where I'm at now. It's really not that hard. Like I said, there was a bolt here and a bolt here, and then you've got the 2 nuts on the back. That one you leave alone, you don't touch that one. It's mostly this one is the 13, and then you've got that side right there, that little one right there, 8 millimeter. So you lay them beside each other, make sure everything's the same, just in case your parts guy gets you the wrong part. You never know. Make sure everything's good. The teeth is good on the new one. I would take a look at the old one too and make sure and see. Sometimes if you look at the old ones, you'll see the teeth being really bad on those, or somebody in the past, whoever had it or the owner, has been in there and cranking and you know, or cranking and then not letting off, and they're starting it and the motor hasn't completely stopped yet, and it binds with the flywheel and makes a grinding noise, which internally eats the teeth up inside the starter. So let me go ahead and get back underneath, and we'll swap them out, put that one in there, and we'll go from there. Okay, so the wires are back on. I did clean the wires up a little bit before I put it back on, because I wanted to make sure that it had a clean, good connection. If everything's tightened down, I'm going to take it and put it back in exactly how it came out. Exactly, just like that. Once I put a bolt in, then it'll be held in. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Alright guys, so the starter is back in. The bolts and everything's tightened down, all the nuts and everything. She shouldn't be going anywhere for a long time. Shouldn't really at all. Knock on wood. Alright, so let's go back up top and clean up the tools a little bit and put the battery back in, fire it up, and see what she does. Okay, so we got the battery in, starter's in. This battery is actually a donor battery from my Ford F100. You guys, if you've been watching my channel, you know what I'm talking about. 78 Ford F100. It's got a 351 Windsor. Anyways, it's a donor battery. It's a good battery. The battery that was in here was dead as a doornail. It actually wouldn't even start it. So we'll go ahead and tighten up that terminal and we'll go from there. Alright, battery's in. Let's go ahead and fire this little beast up and see what happens. Vehicle has 239,000, almost 240,000. Now I do have to prime it a couple times. It does have a bad fuel pressure regulator, so it doesn't really like to start up first try. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Low on power steering fluid. I'm going to have to put some in it. Alright, she runs good. I think I'm going to ship it. Everything's good, runs good, it's charging good. Alright guys, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I am really freezing my butt off out here. If you have any questions or comments about the starter or anything else, leave them in the bottom in the comments. I'll try my best to get to them. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Thanks.